Hi everyone, it's Kerry Heaps with Chromatic Counsel, and I am coming at you with another color combination. This time I did a triadic color combination, and for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you find value in what I am sharing. Usually when I do these videos, I try to choose one color and either do a triadic, complementary, split complementary, or analog or monochromatic color scheme to show you how you can utilize color in your wardrobe and what emotions each color will evoke. So today I actually chose a yellow orange, and I put together a whiteboard here in Zoom, so hopefully um, this is something that everyone can see really well. So I chose a yellow orange, which is almost like a very pale peach. I have this here in the center. Now, all three of these colors do fall in more of a cool palette. So for those of you who are winter and summers, this particular color palette can look really good on you. But just note too, with the yellow orange, which is almost like a peach color, it does have a little bit of a warm tint to it, not a whole lot. So, the other seasons, autumn and summer, or excuse me, autumn and spring, could also utilize this particular color. So I tried to pull a few things that could kind of make all of that work. But this is really more for winter and summer. So this middle color is what I chose, and then I did the triadic color combination, which on the color wheel that is selecting 14 and 16, which is going to be a blue-green and a red-violet. So this particular card that I pulled was a tint 1, meaning that there is white added to it, so it lightens it up. So I always pull the corresponding color cards. Same thing, both of them have tint 1 added white to it. So these are more, even though they're almost like a pastel color, for each of these very light colors, they can still work during the colder months. So again, I just tried to pull a few things that I thought would mesh well with this particular triadic color combination. Now, the color cards I typically use when I am pulling these are a set that I purchased from Amazon. It's the Essential Color Card Deck, and I have a link in the notes below if you would like to take a look at that. These are really good to have if you're not good at working with color and you really want to see what's matching, what could be a monochromatic color to match with what you're wearing. These cards are excellent because it gives you a visual, and then it also makes it where you're really not going to be able to mess up. It can give you all sorts of different color combinations, and you can even utilize this for graphic design because it's giving you hex codes um, and other different codes that you can utilize in a website, or if you're designing a brochure or something like that. So the other two colors that I had pulled, again, the top one here is our blue-green color. And this is really nice because it's kind of like a almost like a bluish seafoam, almost more on the green side, and it matches very well with the uh, yellow orange color. And right below it, exactly opposite on the color wheel, is going to be the red violet. And it comes out as a lilac, just a very nice, soft lilac. So these colors are not overpowering. They are something that you could actually wear in a full shirt, or, utilizing in a blazer or sport coat. Now, with each color, I do want to briefly go over the emotions. When we are using color as a tool in our wardrobe, always keep in mind these colors evoke emotions from others because they're looking at you and they're looking at what you have on. So they're the ones that are seeing the color full on. When we go to this first one here for the yellow orange, again, this is a combination of two different colors, but it almost comes out like a peach color. So this is a very soft, warm, vibrant color. And when I say warm, I'm talking about in like warming people up to you, getting them to relax, getting them to feel comfortable in your presence. So this is a nice color for mediation. It's a really good color for any kind of intense client meeting where you kind of need people to, be in alignment. You need them to feel good about what they're doing, to move forward without yelling and screaming. Any type of employee um, meeting that you have to do, whether that is a separation agreement, you're letting someone go, you're firing them, or maybe you have to do a reprimand. This is also a good color to wear because, again, you don't want to be in a situation where tempers are flaring. This almost has a calming effect like pink does. It's just a different variation because it's more of a peachy pink. Our next color, which is the lavender, which falls in our purple family. Purple is a good loyalty building color. This is a nice color to wear if you are doing jury selection. Perhaps maybe it is voir dire that you're participating in. And you really need people to follow you, to like you, to really hone in on what you're saying. Purple is a great loyalty building color. So just keep that in mind. So those are nice colors to wear in addition to your blues when you're dealing with the first initial days of jury selection or voir dire. Now moving on to our blue-green color, which it's really more of I think a sea foam is the color that comes to mind for me. So this is going to fall more in our green family. And again, green is also a great color to wear for calming and trust building as well. It's a nice color to wear for mediation, I feel, especially this shade. When it's lighter like this, again, it gets everybody to kind of calm, be a little bit more calm. It gets people to like you. It attracts people to you. It's also a nice color to wear to networking functions if you have to go out there and get your own clientele. So these three, this triadic color combination can be worn together. You don't, most of the times people will ask me, well, what if it's not the exact same color? It doesn't have to be the exact same color, but try to get as close of a match as you possibly can. But you'll find even if you're a shade lighter or a shade darker with these, when you do a triadic color combination, it's still going to work very well together. So a few of the examples that I pulled, and all of these items are available through J. Hilburn, the custom made men's line, and I will have links in the show note below if you would like to take a look at those further, or if you want to peruse around and find some other custom made clothing. If you're new to that arena, custom made is a little bit different. It is a process. If it is something that you're needing right away, custom made is not the route for you. You need to find something off the rack. But if you're looking for something that's a high quality piece that you're like, hey, I have time, I have this trial coming up, but it's not until February, then you have plenty of time because custom made is a process. Measurements are done virtually as well, even though it's a very accurate measurement. Still, sometimes things need to be fitted, and it's not always something that can be made right away, a quick turnaround time. So the first thing that I have here is a really nice blazer sport coat. This has lavender and gray in it, so it's really pulling from the lavender side of this, but you can also see as I have the blue green dot here, it's even just standing next to it, it's pulling some of those colors. So even if you had like a seafoam green dress shirt to put underneath this, that would pair so nicely. It would be great for, maybe your the jury selection day or even for voir dire. This is a nice, and it pairs very nicely with gray as well, which is a good color to wear. It's a good alternative to your brown suit or to your black suit or maybe blue suit. It's not as intimidating for some people. Again, you want people during those days of jury selection, you want people to relate to you and like you in the beginning. So this is something that could pair very nicely. Even this shirt here, this is kind of like it's a pink and lilac color. So it's kind of pulling a little bit of the peach sort of, but you can see how that could even pair very well with that. He could actually switch out that jacket and just wear that shirt with his outfit if he wanted to do that. So it can pair very, very nicely. The other two options that I pulled is what is now very popular, a shirt jacket. This is with a bamboo fabric. Bamboo is going to have a bit of a shine to it, or sheen, as we call in the industry, but it's going to be a little bit more of a shiny fabric. Now, clearly, this is not going to be appropriate for any type of courtroom setting, but if you're in the office and it's a casual Friday or you're working on a Saturday, this is something perfect because the weather is obviously cooler. And if you're wearing, you can wear this in the office and still feel very comfortable. But even with this would pair very nicely with the yellow orange. Okay. And to kind of get, this is more of a tan color shirt, but it's pulling more of the peach from it. So you could pair that up very nicely. Again, if you have like a peach cashmere knit sweater, you could wear that underneath and that would go very well. Because I just wanted you to kind of see how that could actually work with some darker colors. Okay. And lastly, here I have another sport coat that is really pulling a little bit of both of these colors, the seafoam and the lavender. So, and I think he actually has on the lavender shirt underneath here, and he's got like a darker purple pocket square. Can I say that 10 times fast? Probably not. But both of these colors, if we pull both of these over here, just so you can kind of see, as you can see here, was I move those color circles closer to this, it really pulls out that lavender and that blue in this sport coat. Okay. So these, it doesn't always have to be when sometimes when people look at these color blocks, they think, oh, that looks too, it looks too casual, it looks too feminine, it looks too whatever. They kind of fill in the blank. But when you're looking at it in clothing, it will always be different. Please remember that fabric, and just like with paper, fabric is going, the fibers in the fabric will hold color differently. So when you look at a lavender in a cotton shirt, and then you look at lavender in a bamboo, it's going to look different because the fibers are holding that color differently. So it might appear a little bit darker, it might be a little bit lighter. Doesn't mean it's the wrong color, it's just because it's holding it differently. Same thing when you look at this on the screen, if I were to print this out, like these three color circles here, and I printed them out and mailed them to you, it's gonna look different because the fibers in the paper hold the color differently. Okay, so there's always going to be a little bit of a difference there. It's never going to be an exact match. And I know I utilize a lot of names like seafoam or even like the blue green. I would always encourage you, look at the way it looks. Don't go by the name of the color. So even if you buy something online and it says it's a blue green shirt, when you get it in, don't be surprised if it looks a little bit different, because if you're seeing that on screen when you're looking at it, sometimes the color, again, if it's not true to form on the when they took pictures and when they were uploading things, it really just it comes down to the photography that they do on different websites. But just remember that it's always going to be a little bit different. So don't go by the name, go by what you're looking at. Look at the color in the jacket or in the shirt or whatever. So this is my color triadic combination for today. Again, based off of the yellow orange and adding a little bit of blue green and red violet to have our light green and light purple and almost peach color. So I hope this kind of helps you a little bit putting together your wardrobe pieces. Again, if you're interested in anything that is on this whiteboard, I will have the links in the description show notes below. And of course, if you are looking to have a color analysis done, if you are not sure what your season is, please comment below or send me a direct message, or you can go directly to my website at chromaticcounsel.com. You can have your colors done easily and conveniently online for just $97 and have a color card mailed to you as well. So you know what your shades of green, purple, and peach or pink are. So you are choosing the right shades for you. Again, I hope this helps. And until next time, remember life is short. Wear colors that work for you.